Hi, my name is Scott Wells with Veteran Caregivers, and today we're going to do a follow-up story on Robert Winchester. A couple of weeks ago, we went to Sulphur Springs to help a veteran, and today we're going to learn more about what he does. Our story about Robert Winchester begins with the Therapeutic Riding Center, Shadow Ranch, where he has found a home and a place of peace, community, and a way to give back. What makes this place so special are the individuals who run the ranch. Co-founder Marion and Pam Richardson welcomed me to their ranch to discuss what they do for disabled veterans, children, and their families. Located just south of Sulphur Springs on Highway 11 and County Road 2321, Shadow Ranch is a very special place dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of veterans, kids, and adults with disabilities and or debilitating situations. It's clear to me they make a difference in the lives of their staff, volunteers, and community. Like most therapeutic riding centers nationwide, Shadow Ranch is a non-for-profit. They need the community support financially to help support this great cause, as most insurance companies will not pay for these additional services. However, Shadow Ranch will not turn away anyone who cannot afford to pay, not now, not ever. As Marion says, it's a God thing. I personally found the staff to be very warm and loving. People who work hard, they make a difference, and that's evident in their relationships with Robert Winchester and his wife. You see, Robert reached out to them to learn more about their facility, but after a month of working with them, Marion and Pam learned that Robert and his wife were living out of his own vehicle. They quickly opened up their door to him and his wife to stay on the property while performing his duties on the ranch. After spending time with Marion and Pam, it's very clear to me the beauty of the ranch is exemplified by the warmth of the owners and staff. You see, by helping others, they've learned to help themselves, the community, and those with disabilities. Here are their stories, the people behind the stories, and the brief overview of Therapeutic Riding Center, Shadow Ranch. Marion, I know you're a veteran.
Mm-hmm. But I was an NBC NCO for 18 years.
18 years. Mm-hmm. And what got you into this dream?
When I came home from Desert Storm, my head wasn't screwed on straight.
As many go through. We all
combat vets have
absolutely.
When the challenge is being able to turn it off.
Yeah.
Once you come home.
Right. And that's why I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Motorcycle riding is a big piece of.
Absolutely.
We hear this all the time. It shuts that brain down, and you're focusing on this, and everything else goes away. So same thing with horses, right?
That's one reason so many bikers are vets.
Absolutely.
And that's one reason we love so many bikers. But when I came home, I grew up in Texarkana, Texas side.
Okay.
But there was a little place that had just started that was a therapeutic equestrian center. So I volunteered there.
Oh, cool.
And it was that volunteering that helped me get my head screwed back on straight.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, working with the horse 100. Our literacy program, our therapeutic riding, our veteran stuff,
You're amazing. I can't believe. I mean, I would never have thought that you could get that many people stuffed into a year's time frame. That's insane.
Yeah.
My name is Pam, and I'm the co-founder and managing director.
So I'm assuming that as you go through these exercises over time, I'm assuming you're seeing these kids just.
We've had kids take their first steps.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Being, because our youngest is 5, I think. Our oldest, we don't have an oldest. I think is 80 something after a stroke. We've heard first words, and so, for instance, there for a long time, autism was the vast majority of our riders.
Oh wow.
And it helps focus and concentration, core strength, taking direction, empowering them to control a big horse. So lots of different benefits of therapeutic riding.
Marion and Robert asked me to experience a little taste of what the horses offer with a simple exercise. Connecting with these animals literally gave me goosebumps as I felt myself relax and my anxiety quickly drifted away.
He's the only horse that came to us that was already fully trained.
Marion is introducing us to Cowboy.
Yep.
And Cowboy, like you said, Marion, Cowboy was in the film, but was under a different name.
His name was Buttercup at the time.
Buttercup. Buttercup was the name in the film. And once again, the name of the film?
Steps of Faith.
Steps of Faith.
Because there's times with stress from just general working out here that after the day's over, I'll come out here, and if a horse is in the arena, I'll come through the gate and I'll do what you and I are doing right now for 2-3 hours.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes, just for yourself.
Just to drain the stress and everything off of it.
Way cool.
And everything.
Way cool. This is a really cool experience.
Now you know why we do what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. You're right. You had to feel it. I see what you mean by that.
You needed to feel it.
Because you feel the stress.
I love you, man.
Just
And
how amazing is it that I ran into you? That's nuts.
Right?
You know, I woke up that day. I said, I'm going to go do something for somebody that day. And then I get the joy of this later.
Yep.
And what we want to be able to do too is to give any vet, or actually anybody that's a survivor of anything traumatic, the opportunity to do what you're doing right now.
You know, I got to tell you truthfully, I know in my soul that makes an impact. It makes it. I'm here one moment. I'm here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I can feel that. I can only imagine the reoccurrence, the consistency, the weekly in and out, what that must do. You know, it almost kind of, it's emotional. It's emotional.
And even Walter Reed does it. Walter Reed has their own therapeutic riding center.
You know, God love you guys for what you're doing, because I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy.
No, it works. But even the work is therapeutic.
I think it was just after a few minutes of sitting down with you guys, like y'all remind me of the way I grew up. You know, you're just good people, good hardworking people that do the right thing, and that's who I am. I've always been, but you get all into the daily grind of what it is you do, or whatever, and you forget this basic stuff here. Yeah. I feel complete, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's truly like you're tingling.
Like a different person.
It's like tingling in my body.
Right.
You know,
And for our fellow vets, a lot of it is the fulfillment of being able to see right when you did it, what you've done.
yes.
But when you have, like with boot camp, when we have these, well, our boot camp is not the same as what you see on TV. Okay, our vets have to, and they are either veteran, law enforcement, or law enforcement background. Okay, but these kids come to us. Everyone we've had out here so far, they're coming from a place of trauma.
Right.
Okay.
Whether it be a broken home.
So our boot camp involves the parents too. Parents must participate, and B, we start off tough just to get them. To get them where we need them, and then we start finding out the core, what's going on and why.
Way cool, Marion. Robert, guys, I don't even know what to say. This experience is really amazing. And you know, Sulphur Springs too is it's a wonderful town that people in East Texas really need to come here to understand how amazing that little town is.
It's a little hidden gem that very few people know about.
Blown away.
Just like you said when we first met. You were surprised at how
shocked.
Friendly the town felt.
Yeah.
And that, you know, I told you, I lived in Colorado for almost 20 years, and then there's like a culture within those little towns up there. This town has that.
Yep.
And I felt really welcome to be there. There was live music on the weekends and all the things going on. So I look forward to I was looking forward just to coming here today to not only see you guys, but get to go back up there and
is it? I don't know if they still have it, but it used to be every Friday night they'd have a free movie on the square.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's Friday.
So my point being is, for those who are watching, is not only do you potentially get to come enjoy this, which is amazing, but you also can take that moment to go out to Sulphur Springs and enjoy the culture.
Small town,
It's not just your
friendly.
normal little East Texas broken down town. It's actually revitalized. It's beautiful. A lot of little, that downtown area's got all those shops. It's just a
Mom and pop places.
really neat what you guys have done. God love you guys. Thank you so much.
There was this one kid, and he was by himself. He didn't intertwine with anybody. But, you know, he kept looking at this big old paint that I had. And I finally said, come here. Come on, it's okay. And he came over there, and I introduced him to I think the horse's name was Buddy. And I introduced him to him, and he started petting him. And then I just kind of dropped the lead rope and stepped back. And this horse turned his head as if to hug this kid.
Wow.
Wrapped him in there.
Wow.
And this kid started sobbing.
Wow.
These shoulder, and I looked over there, and his mom was sobbing.
Wow. You can see, I can feel it just
and it
hearing
turned
it.
out that his dad had died 2 years before, and that 16-year-old kid had not cried one tear until that moment.
You're bringing it out me now. With me is Robert Winchester. By the way, love that name. As a veteran, that's a great name. We've got the horses behind us, and Robert, what I was hoping to do here is, can you share with them your basically daily routines here, what you're doing here?
Daily routines that I do out here primarily is just take care of the grounds, mow the grass, take care of the horses that are behind us, feed them, make sure they've got plenty of water, groom them if need be, to what I can do, because right now I'm not qualified to do any of their hooves or anything like that, but bathe them, brush them, feed them, stuff like that I can take care of. Take care of them for medical reasons, because each horse has a different medical regiment that goes into their feed.
Sure.
So I had to keep that in my mind at all times, which horse gets what. I have certain signs that I have to keep an eye out for, especially during the summertime. Some of the
For their health
horses here
issues and stuff like that.
have like asthma
Yeah.
or bronchitis, breathing issues.
God love
If
them.
it gets too hot, I have to pull out the water hose and hose down the arena, turn on the misting sprinkler system for them where they can get into the shade, cool down and stuff like that.
So I also wanted to mention in the story, because if you guys remember, we were in Sulphur Springs. What was the restaurant we were at?
The name of that restaurant was Los Mochis.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't pronounce it. I remember reading that.
Yeah, it was Los Mochis.
So we met, struck up a conversation, and he told me about Shadow Ranch, and that was a therapy through equestrian therapy.
Yeah.
For just about anybody with any level of disability, mental.
The true name
physical.
of it is actually HIPAA therapy, like HIPAA for hippo.
Yep.
Because that is the Greek terminology for horse.
There you go. There you see. I learned something today. But Robert told me, I had asked him. I think you were getting your bill at the time. I said, are you a veteran? Because I don't know what caught on him asking the question, but anyway, we struck up a great conversation.
And we were there at the restaurant like 2.5 hours. Talking to each other after the
I know,
bill.
right? It was a great, and so he told me a little bit of his story, and I want to, if you don't mind, I'd like to share. And at one point, you were living out of your truck, right?
Correct.
And because of Marion, Cox, and Pam, and this Shadow Ranch, you learned about it, right? You learned about what they do. You reached out to them, started talking to them, worked with them for a month and a half.
Correct.
And Marion said, Robert, why don't you and your wife come stay with us? Stay here out at the ranch, help us, and it's become symbiotic. You guys help each other.
Correct.
In fact, I will tell you this, Marion told me herself, she said that what Robert and his wife does helps them way more than the other way around. And here, we talked about this other day, that when we first met, that day was about helping a veteran. And here it is, a veteran helping
Another veteran,
and that relationship became unbelievable. But I wanted to also emphasize too that the ranch is, just like any ranch, when there's a struggle financially, always. And so we're hoping that maybe some of this could reach out to some other veterans, other organizations, because look, what a wonderful place we have here. But guess what? Robert and his wife are living in this tent right now. And I think we can all agree that when the winter comes, that's an inappropriate place for them to stay. So if we could do something to help Shadow Ranch and get some finance, maybe if just an RV, somebody, you guys might have an RV that you don't use anymore, donate it, help these guys out. What a great cause. We've talked about it through the video today, what they're doing for so many other people. And I think it's just a testament to our community, to our state, our government. Let's do the right thing here, and let's help this place thrive even better than it already is now.
Correct.
And Robert, God love you. It's been an honor. You're one of the, I tell you what, I've got literally chills right now. I can't thank you enough for what you and your wife are doing, and your dedication, hard work. It's not only helped you, it's helped them.
Correct.
And it's helped all these people who are getting these therapy services.
Oh, yeah.
God love you, man. That's what it's all about, folks.